Good morning, everybody. Welcome to meditation. My name is Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at CSL Redlands. And it's always a joy and honor to be with you in this sacred space. Let's breathe together. Easy, gentle inhales. And slow and deliberate exhales. Nice divine breath going in. Easy divine breath flowing out. Again, we breathe in the divine breath. And we exhale out for twice as long, another divine breath. And as we return to our normal breathing pattern, we're reminded that this power and this presence, this love, this grace, this intelligence, this source energy, spirit, the mother, the father, infinite intelligence, God, wisdom, nature, Gaia, is here and now in this place. It's in this space. It's in me. It's in you. And right before we were starting meditation, at least half of you already started. And it was so beautiful to see and witness and be able to connect to that. And so I'm inviting us to connect at the deepest level we've ever connected before, to the inner knower that knows within you, the indwelling power and presence, intelligence, that is awaiting your permission for your highest healing to occur. Whatever that looks like, in whatever consciousness, unconsciousness, subconsciousness, matters not. Spirit always awaits for our inner yes, to allow it to have its full sway in, through, and as your very life. So I consecrate this time together today in stillness and sacred silence to this inner knower that knows, and is always awaiting for our individual yes. And so I create a space in this place at this time for each of us who are in person in the sanctuary, each of us watching remotely, to finally allow a void, to finally willingly permit for spirit to have its full impress in, through, and as your very life. In whatever way that is for your highest and best good, to allow for any healing, manifestation, demonstration to occur with your willing, co-creative energy this day, in this moment. And together we breathe. With the exhale, we sink even deeper into the arms of the divine. Just see yourself, however that's comfortable for you, being cradled and held in the arms of the divine. Perfectly known, perfectly recognized, safe, allow for yourself to be rocked and held, cradled and loved, unconditionally. With each breath, we sink into this place and space. What does it feel like for you to be perfectly recognized, perfectly loved, perfectly held, perfectly cradled in the arms of the divine? Imagine a radiant ray of light energy, magnifying with each breath in, each breath out, glowing and growing in, through, and as your very life, through every atom and molecule, cell and fiber of your being. Allow this radiant, loving, light energy to glow and grow in a bigger, bolder, brighter way than you ever have before. Through every corpuscle, atom, and fiber of your beingness. Connect to this radiant light. In a new way. Each breath takes you deeper into the center of the I am that I am. Allow yourself to be completely immersed, so there's no starting and no stopping point of this radiant light, this unconditional loving energy that sources, maintains, supplies, and sustains for every one of your needs to be met on time, every time. Lean into this knowing. If there's something you're holding on to that no longer serves you for your highest and best good, I invite you to release that now with your permission, thanking it for what it has done to serve you thus far, knowing that you no longer need to carry it with you. Whatever it is, no matter how deep or painful, allowing you to have a safe space here to crack it open, let it go through the floor to Gaia, to Mother Earth, to transform. It could be any sense of judgment or pain, any unforgiveness or strife, any senses of lack or limitation or not enoughness, any judgments placed on you by you or others. Inviting you to willingly release and let that go. Just seeing it flow through the bottom of your feet, through the floor, to the dirt, to Gaia, to nature, which knows what to do with it, to transform it with grace and with ease. Any sense of unworthiness or not enoughness, anything that does not match your divine, perfect, whole self. That is the truth of your nature and your being. Inviting you to breathe that idea in for the remainder of this meditation. I am divine. I am divine. I am divine. Assure yourself of this knowing. And so hermetically sealing each of us and all of us in God's grace and perfect wisdom and knowing. Inviting you now to use your breathing to bring your awareness and attention back. Fully back to the body temple. You may want to just move yourself about on your chair to make sure you can feel supported, or on the ground. Just tap the feet to the ground. Gently and easily allow for the fingertips to touch one another. Let's just allow for our heart space to fill with gratitude with each breath. Let's do that together. And even more gratitude on the exhale. Even more gratitude on the inhale. So grateful to each of you I am for this time of sacred stillness and remembering. So grateful to each of you I am for the space and the energy and the field of awareness that you've created in this space, so that each person who walks forth now in the space may receive their blessing because of the energy and work that you put in today, the beingness, the blessedness. How good it is. I let it be so, with a heart full of gratitude to each of you. This concludes our meditation portion of today's service. Namaste.
in that beautiful spirit that Brother Mark helped us create, we come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together, we come together in the name of love. So take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize a God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite. In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud. My soul is welcome here. Right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. So please get up and greet your neighbor. My soul is welcome here. That means you gotta stand up and welcome here. My soul is welcome here. That means you got to get out of the chair. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. If you see somebody's not being welcomed, go welcome them. Soul is welcome here. I'm not gonna let you off easy this morning. Is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. And so is yours. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. That's what I want to see. Give each other a greeting. whatever you're comfortable with. You don't have to embrace each other, but you may. My soul is welcome here. Oh yeah, my soul is welcome here. So's yours. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Yes, get the shakers now. Shake 'em loud, shake 'em high. Here.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us on Facebook Live and on YouTube here in our beautiful sanctuary this morning. My name is Joe Nelson, and it is truly a privilege and an honor to welcome you to our Saturday celebration service. CSL Redlands is a New Thought community living and ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer, the Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes studied truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths and developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. CSL Redlands is an open and inclusive community honoring all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone. If you are here with us for the first time, please raise your hand and let us properly greet you. Okay. We know you have a choice for your spiritual community, and again, we are so delighted to have you visit with us today. Thank you. A gentle reminder to please silence your cell phones and place them safely away so you may participate more fully. We have some announcements for today. CSL Redlands is seeking volunteers and food donations for its Saturday Sack Lunch food ministry for the homeless. Please contact moi or the center's office directly if you wish to donate food. Or if you wish to volunteer. We need volunteers to fill 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. slots in food preparation, and volunteers from 10 a.m. to noon on Saturdays for food distribution. And we desperately need Mel's to help us with the food distribution for specific reasons. But we will talk about that should you be interested. Our prayer at 9:15 a.m., you are invited to join me, Joe Nelson, in the practitioner room on Sunday mornings at 9:15 a.m. This is our pray in time. We pray for our center, our congregation, our friends, and our spiritual director back there hiding. Hi. All are welcome to participate in this time together. The Visioning Group will meet on Sunday, October 15th at 11:30 a.m. after service. Anyone wishing to join this powerful visioning group is invited to stay after service to participate. The visioning group is led by practitioner Sonja Prince and its members Eileen Swenson, Ellen Marie Drummonds, Iris Chu, and Maria Garcia. Join us as we vision on what is Spirit's highest idea for CSL Redlands. Reminder, special members meeting, Saturday, November 13th, 2022. That's this year. This meeting can be attended in person and you can join via Zoom. Please see the insert in your program for more information. The Spiritual Flute of White Feather concert, Saturday, October 29th at 2 p.m. Tickets are $25. Metaphysical Artisan Fair and Shopping Bazaar. This is a community event for entertainment purposes only, to be held on Saturday, November 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and let's have some fun and raise funds for our beloved center. CSL Redlands present the Clapping Monkeys on Saturday, November 19th from 3 to 5 p.m. Come and enjoy an afternoon of kirtan chants and mantras music for mind, body, spirit. Tickets are $27. Wake up and meditate with Sonja Prince, a daily spiritual practice on Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. via Zoom. And the meeting ID, if you want to write this down, 865-5164-8115. I'll say that again, 865-5164-8115. You can donate a meal for our women's shelter. If anyone is interested in donating a meal or volunteering for the CSL Redlands Women's Safe Shelter, please speak with Jean to sign up. Yo, Jean, right there. One-minute miracle. Our practitioners are available after service for prayers. What can we know for your highest good? So, anyone would like to meet up with a practitioner, you can talk to Sonja, myself, Brother Mark. Brother Mark's somewhere around here. There he is, Brother Mark, right in front of me. Reverend Caitlin, Renee Hart, all three in this corner. This is our practitioner corner over here and our spiritual director, okay? That's the power corner right there, okay. Amazon Smile. Don't just wait for a holiday. Next time you shop using Amazon, you can donate to CSL Redlands. You guys shop on Amazon, right? Yeah. Okay. So what you do is you go to smile.amazon.com and choose Redlands Center for Spiritual Living each time you shop. A portion of your shopping total will benefit us. Thanks for shopping and benefiting your CSL Redlands. And that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joe. So we'll have our centering music now. The topic for today is Let It Flow. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. As I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding unfolding peace.
And so I invite you just to turn within with me. However you pray is perfect. Let's breathe in the divine breath. And we exhale out another divine breath. And how good it is to be anchored in a safe place of healing, of transformation, of manifestation, of demonstration for your highest and best good. I bless this service as it continues to unfold with ease and with grace and with joy and with laughter, with a sense of play, with a sense of healing and fun. I bless each person who lays a hand to be part of this magnificent gathering. There's nothing that replaces the gathering face to face, human to human, in person. I bless each of you and all of us and those watching remotely and invite you to say together with me with a grateful heart, and so it is. And so good morning, everybody. My name's Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here, and it's an honor always to be here on pulpit duty and with you. So we have a reading, and we have, do you want me to read the vision statement? Did that get read? It did? Oh, you want me to read it? Okay. So this is, I see the next pages the visioning is very powerful. If you're not part of that group yet and you want to be, I highly encourage you to participate in that with Daryl and the group. And this is the visioning statement that they created together, they co-created. Our center, oh, you can read it yourself. Our center is the spiritual food for our community, attracting all seeking divinity, spiritual growth, and unity. We engage in our community needs with love and compassion, spreading goodwill in God's nature and divinely expressed. We know of no lack in limitations, only creativity and right action, a community full of great talent, eager to share its bliss and satisfaction. And so it is. Let's just say one of them as an affirmation, the last line. We are a community full of great talent. Eager to share our bliss and satisfaction. Ooh, that felt good to hear from you. All right, and today's wisdom reading, it's two parts. One is from Hafiz. It's a pretty well-known quote. If you want to let your outer eyes close, sometimes you could take in the reading deeper. It's up to you. One day, the sun admitted, I am just a shadow. It needs to have like... I wish I could show you the infinite incandescence that has cast my brilliant image. I wish I could show you, when you're lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. That's the truth. And now, written by Trina Graves in July of 2019, is this piece called Surrender to the Flow. Be at peace and surrender to the flow. All will be well wherever you go. Be the love you are, basking in the flow. Love is all there is. At your core, you know. Speak your higher truth, enhancing the flow. Those ready to listen will awaken and grow. Acknowledge all is energy connected to the flow. Raising your vibration, you'll radiate a glow. Float above the darkness in the Christ consciousness light flow. Living from spirit first, your light will clearly show. Unconditionally love all. I'm repeating that one. Unconditionally love all. Forgiveness strengthens the flow. No matter what befalls, you'll remain calm and mellow. You are in the flow.
Thank you, Brother Mark. I can't quite remember. What was that last line of the visioning? Something bliss and... something. Can I have that? Because it was... No, that Mark's getting it. Or there it is. Eager to shine... Shoot, man, I was trying to read.
Eager to share our bliss and satisfaction.
Our bliss and satisfaction. Yeah. this is the very this next song I'm going to do is the very first New Thought song I ever wrote, and it did not come from a place of bliss and satisfaction. I'd been playing in places like this for several years as a musician, a hired musician, come to accompany the singers and such. And I kept hearing wonderful things from the pulpit. And then I'd hear the singers do their songs, always nice, positive songs, feel-good songs, you know. But there was always, most of the time anyway, some sort of a disconnect. It seemed to me like the message and the song were saying similar but not the same thing. And it was like Chinese water torture, week after week after week after week. Like you know, it was just bugging me. It's like, shouldn't there be songs about what they're saying up there, you know? And I imagine there were, but they weren't being sung where I was. I wasn't hearing them. So this was at the time, some of you have been around long enough, you might remember when the law of attraction was kind of all in the news, and there was that book, The Secret, and all that. And then there were the people who didn't understand the law of attraction, who mocked the book, The Secret, and all that sort of thing. All of that just made me not in a place of bliss and satisfaction. And I was going, there should be a song about that stuff, week after week after week. And I think it probably took a year and a half or something before I said, oh, fine, I'll write it. That's not inspiration, that's being annoyed. So because of course I had a lot to say, the song's kind of wordy. You know, a lot of our New Thought songs, in fact the one I'm going to do later is definitely not wordy. This one is. But again, I had a lot on my mind. A thought's a beginning, a magical start. It sets events spinning, whirling out from your heart. Everything traded or bartered or bought, each thing that's created began as a thought. Well, thoughts are things, and things are thoughts. Ideas have wings to soar aloft, dreams and wishes unconfined. Mind matters, matter minds. Imagine a world, that's all it takes. Picture an ocean, sparkling rivers and lakes. Envision an Eden, hold it close in your mind. Believe that it's real, here's what you'll find. A beautiful pearl, floating in space. A place of abundance filled with love's sweet embrace. One vibrant creation, feel the joy of it all. Sense the interconnection of all things, great and small. Well, thoughts are things. Things are thoughts. Ideas have wings to soar aloft. Dreams and wishes unconfined. Mind matters, matter mind. From the least of ideas to the greatest abstractions, the universe acts on beliefs and reactions. As within, so without, as above, so below. So move beyond doubt and know what you know, that thoughts are things, things are thoughts. Ideas have wings to soar aloft, dreams and wishes unconfined. Mind matters, matter minds. Well, thoughts are things, and things are thoughts. Ideas have wings to soar aloft, dreams and wishes unconfined. Mind matters, matter minds. Mind matters, matter minds.
That was beautiful. You know, I'm just thinking that we should just have a service with just music. All right, Al. Just music. That was just beautiful. You know, this is our teaching, change your thinking, change your life. You know, so mind matters. Matters mind. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for creating it. Even no matter how it came out, it was born. And it was meant to be shared, and it was meant to be shared today. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for everyone who's participated in the service so far, and there's more to come. Again, I want to acknowledge practitioners and ministers and our practitioner student, Joe. Please stand. And then if this corner would please stand. Please stand. And then, so as we said one time before, practitioners are the ecclesiastical arm of the center. So there is our praying people. They're, strong arm of the center. They support the center, the congregation, the minister, this beautiful place. So thank you all for being here and participating so beautifully. So today we're going to talk about letting it flow. And that was one of the songs that Flow Through Me by Eddie Watson Jr. that he sang. And then at the end of the service, Al, I want to ask you to come back up and play some of that when we go into our healing prayer at the end of the service. So I always like to start off with a story. So this story is about Bruce Lee. And David was teasing, somebody was teasing Al was teasing David today about, when I said the story about Bruce Lee, he said, well, we need to sing Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting at the end of the service. But this story about Bruce Lee was, Bruce Lee, we all know who he is, and so he wanted to be taught by a master. So there was this specific master that he wanted to be taught by. So he went to ask the master if he could be trained by him. And so he sat down with the master, and he started talking to the master about, you know what, I'm really good. I've won lots of fights. He could do this turn thing, and he was telling him all about all of his accomplishments. So while Bruce was talking, the master was brewing tea. So he was brewing this tea, and then when the tea was finished, he was still listening to Bruce, and he put the cups down, and he started to pour the tea in the cup. And so Bruce was looking at the cups like, it's getting awfully close to the top. So the master kept pouring, and so the tea spills on the table. And the master kept pouring, and the tea starts flowing on the floor. So Bruce didn't want to be rude or disrespectful, but he said, hey, stop. Stop. The tea is going all over the floor. My cup is full. And the master said, you're right. Your cup is full. There's nothing for me to teach you or train you because there's no room in your consciousness for anything else. So how often do we get in a situation where our cup is full? And in order to allow and let the Spirit flow through us, we got to empty some things out. We got to allow for that flow. So when I started to work on this talk, I started to think about letting it flow. So the first thing I thought about is electricity and a power strip. So it has an on and an off button. So we can open it or we can close it. So how many of us are opening our consciousness or we have them closed down? And we're not allowing the electricity to flow. So my husband and I, he's an engineer, so we were talking about it, and I said, does electricity follow the path of least resistance? And he's like, yes. And so I looked it up, and it said that electricity does not flow through the path of least resistance. It takes all paths available in inverse proportion to the impedance of the path. Current flows through all available paths. The magnitude of the current flowing in each path depends on the voltage and the impedance of each path. The power is still there, but we control, just like the electric switch, if we're open or if we're closed. So we need to let it flow. So the other thing that I started thinking about is water, because water's been in the news lately. Florida's having all these floods. And so water will take the path of least resistance. And so water is so powerful, it can move buildings, cars, it can devastate things. So it could either be life-giving, water gives life to our plants and our planet, or it can be life-taking. It can take life if we don't use it properly. So Eric Butterworth says, he said, life is a flowing experience, and within every person is an inlet that may become an outlet to all there is God. So when we're talking about electricity and we're talking about the water, are we an inlet? Are we allowing the flow to come in, the flow from spirit to come in, so we can give it out? So are we doing that? Or are we like Bruce Lee, our cup is so full, there's no room for anything else in it? So that we cut off the flow. And so as I was researching this about water, and I was thinking, well, what could stop water? And then I thought of a dam. They put the dam there, they stopped the flow of water. So are we building dams in our consciousness that we're not allowing that flow of spirit to come through, the living water, so to speak, of God, of spirit, to flow through us? Have we set up a dam in our mind and our consciousness to just cut it off? Or are we going to open it up and allow it? So what we do here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we give you tools to help open up ourselves to spirit and allow spirit to pour that living water through us. Because we're not living our life. Yes, we're individualized expressions of the one, but we live in God's life. And this is how it expresses as all of us. As all of us. And isn't that a beautiful thing? Isn't that a beautiful thing? It's awe-inspiring when you think about it. I get a little weepy because of the power of it. The power of it if we just use it, if we allow it to come through. So Ralph Waldo Emerson says, let us take our bloated nothingness out of the path of the divine currents. Let us get out of the way. Let go and let God. Have you heard this before? Let go and let God. So let me get Sonja, this personality thing called Sonja, out of the way and allow spirit to flow through me and be what spirit wants to be in this world. That's what I need to do. That's what we need to do. So Charles Fillmore, who is, the founder of Unity, he says that the mind is a crucible in which the ideals is transmuted into real. So we know what a crucible is. Well, I didn't know what it was, so I looked it up. It's a container. It's a container. Now, the container is we can have this container in our consciousness, or we can pour out on the container and have it mold into whatever it wants to be molded into. Isn't that beautiful? So this crucible in our minds, we need to pour out of it and let it flow, because we become the alchemists in the world. And what does alchemists do? They transform. So the alchemist turns lead into gold, right? So we can transform our consciousness into golden. There is a Bible verse that said, Spirit is knocking at the door. Will you let him in? Will you let Spirit in? Will you, and the Baptist preacher would say, will you let Spirit in today? Will you let Spirit in today? It might jump around the stage a little bit. Will you let Spirit in today, into your heart, into your mind? Stop putting up dams in your consciousness that stops the flow of God, stops the flow of the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself right here and right now. So stop putting up barriers and cutting off the flow of that. So I'm in this thing called Senior Seminar. And Senior Seminar is where all the seniors that are going to graduate in 2023, we get together once a month online on Zoom, and they take us through all types of different ministries that we can create. There's prison ministries, there's the homeless ministries, there's all kinds of ministries. So in this Senior Seminar, for the month of October, it says we're asked to contemplate the right to have. The right to have. And it points out that as a spiritual leader, it is imperative to have a philosophy about what is your right to have. Yours is a master's calling, and it only makes sense that you will be supported by the universe in all that you do. So I'm going to say the same thing to you. You have a right to have happiness, love, abundance, prosperity, perfect health and wholeness. Whatever it is, you have a right to have it right here, right now, today. You have a right to have it. It is your birthright. Matthew 7, chapter 7, verse says, ask and it shall be given unto you. Because the universe, spirit, whatever you call it, always says yes. Always says yes. So Ernest Holmes says, we become attracted to something that is greater than our previous experience by first embodying the atmosphere of our desire. So what do you want? Can you embody that atmosphere of what you want? I remember when I was working for the orthopedic group, and there was this position that came up to work with 125 other physicians across every specialty. And they needed a secretary, someone to plan events and do things like that for them, and just, take the minutes of the meeting and just be there. I remember just embodying it. It's like I wake up thinking about it. I go to bed thinking about it. I'm eating and I'm thinking about it. That's embodying that spirit. It was all over me. There was no spot in my mind that said no. It was all a yes. And so guess what happened? Of course, what happened? Spirit said yes. And so I began to work with these doctors and planning their events and planning their meetings. It was very, very rewarding. It was very, very rewarding. I remember our meetings would be held at a country club in Long Beach. I shouldn't probably said Long Beach. In Long Beach. And when I first got there, I went in and I said, I'm here for the meeting, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And they said, oh, your entrance is down there. I'm like, what? I can't come through the front door? But it was set up where the members came through the front door. And then they had little areas. So I released it and let that go. Because I was thinking, woman, black. What do you mean I can't come through the front door? But I released it. It wasn't about me. It was just what their policy was. If you're a non-member, there was an entrance for you. So I got over that, and it was all good. But I'll never forget getting in that feeling. We say that the feeling gets the healing. So we say that. So feel it in your body, what you want. Feel it all over your being, whatever it is. I can't tell you what that is for you. I only know what I want for myself. But Spirit always says yes. So we need to open ourselves up to that divine flow. Don't cut it off. Don't cut that switch off. If we cut that switch off, then when Al gets ready to play, we won't hear anything. He'll just be going through the motions. Are we going through the motions today? Or are we coming here to learn something, to open up our consciousness, to allow Spirit to come through? What are we doing? What are we doing here today? I don't know about you, and that's about to say, I don't know about you, but I come to tell you, and I come to be a witness and a demonstration of everything that I'm saying. I come to be a demonstration of Spirit in this world, whatever that looks like for me. And I invite you to do the same thing for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. I know sometimes we're like, we get into this cause and effect. We get in this lack and limitation. We get in this separation. And, we get all into that because somebody said that we couldn't do this and we couldn't do that in the world. And that's what I'm saying. When I mentioned that story about the country club, somebody told me that I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. But guess what? I could. And it all worked out just the way it was supposed to work out. So get rid of those separation, those things that people have said about you. I was talking to Maria today, and we were talking about something specific. And guess what? If I had some Post-it notes, somebody said that you're a female. Put that on there. Somebody said that you can't have this. Put that on there. So we get these labels and we stick them all over our body. And I think one time I did a talk where I had suitcases, and I'm like, what are you carrying around with you? What kind of baggage are you carrying around with you that you don't even realize you have? So we need to unpack. We need to unpack. We need to release and let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Why? Because I'm only here for God. Only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. So Revelation says, decide what you want, and the law will do the rest. Revelation 3rd chapter 20 verse says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and dine with him. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. A banquet is out there laid before us. And I'm not talking about separation. I'm talking about that inner spirit. That inner spirit. We can read out of the Bible and just interpret it the way we know it comes through us. It's that inner spirit. Are we recognizing it? Have we shut it down? Are we letting it flow? Because in the river, unless we cut it off with a dam, you can throw as many rocks in there as you want. That river is just going to go over or go around or go on side. It's just going to flow. It's going to flow. So that's what I'm asking us to do today. Don't get bogged down what people may have said to you or what this label might be on you, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are the individualized expression of Spirit. Embody it, know it, live it. We live in a universe of infinite supply and infinite wealth. I talked about that last time. Johnny Coben said it's a sin to be poor. And then she said, how many sinners do I have in here today? And so I also So I know that. So the underlying current, aka the law, will guide me and guide you if you will trust it and give it a chance. Let go of short-sightedness. Let go of fear. Let go of the rational mind. I understand that Dr. Ruth, that beautiful lady on that picture over there, would say, when we claim what we want, we must tell the doubting mind to shut up. I was reading that somewhere last night, that Dr. Ruth says, don't listen to that doubting mind. Just tell it to shut up. Go in the corner. Go sit in the corner. You're in time out. Go in time out. So here and now, we are surrounded by and immersed in an infinite good. How much of this infinite good is yours? All of it. How much of it can you use? As much as you can embody. We always say stuff like, when we go to the ocean, are you going to take a thimble? Are you going to take a cup? Are you going to take a bucket? So it's up to you. We always at choice. We have choice. So this week, I want you to contemplate what is an old belief that has blocked the flow in your life. So I want you to contemplate that. And then I want you to contemplate, but what is the truth? Because we always have to, you put it out, you put this thing out here, but then what is the truth of the matter? Let's get to the heart of the matter, and so we know the truth. What is your heart's desire that is calling you to express it? Write these things down. Contemplate them next week. What is your heart's desire? Because what I know about spirit is God always says yes. So I have one more poem for you, and it's called The Touch of a Master's Hand. It says, "'Twas battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it was scarcely worth his while to waste much time on the old violin, but held it up with a smile. 'What am I bidding, good folks?' he cried. Who'll start the bidding for me? $1, then two. Only $2, and who will make it $3 once, $3 twice, going for $3. But no, from the room in the back, far in the back, a man came up and picked up the violin. He tightened the strings, and he played a melody pure and sweet. As a caroling angel sing, it sounded so sweet. The music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quiet and low, said, 'What am I bid for that old violin?' And he held up the bow, $1,000. Who will make it $2,000. Who will make it $3,000 once, $3,000 twice, and going, gone, he said. The people cheered, but some of them cried. We do not quite understand what changed its worth. Swiftly came a reply, the touch of the master's hand. And many a man with life out of tune, how many of us have our lives out of tune and have been battered and scarred, is auctioned cheap to the thoughtless crowd. Much like the old violin, a message of pottage, a glass of wine, a game, and he travels on. He is going once and going twice. He is going and almost gone, but the master comes, and the foolish crowd never can quite understand the worth of a soul and the change that's wrought by the touch of the master's hand. Now you have that on the back of your insert today. So my question to you is, will you reach out and take the master's hand? will you say yes to Spirit? Because that presence within you, that presence within me. And a couple of things you need to do. You need to choose to surrender, to experience the loving presence. Take that one step. When that hand reaches out, when that still small voice is calling you, say yes. Take and touch the Master's hand. Thank you. And so it is. Thank you.
Masterfully done. That was beautiful, yes. One of the things I'm blessed to do is teach. That's kind of my day gig. And one of the things you learn you learn by teaching is that everybody teaches themselves. You can't really teach anybody anything. That, I'm teaching people who want to be musicians, and I say, you want to be a musician? Be a musician. It's just exactly what you were talking about when you got that gig and you embodied it, you ate it, you slept it. It's exactly, And we can do the same thing with ourselves, with this teaching, are you part of that infinite wealth she was talking about? Are you part of that infinite supply, that infinite abundance? Let's do a little exercise. I want to teach you a little melody, and I want you to do it with me after you've learned. It's very simple. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich. Can you do that with me? Let's do it slowly. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich. The next section is also very repetitive, very simple. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Again, dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Let's do it again. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. We are so rich. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. Oh, so rich. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Again, dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. We are so rich. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love, we have everything we need. Dripping in joy. We are so rich, 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 we are so rich. I want to hear you. We are so rich, 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 we are so rich.
We are so rich. Well, you know, let's make it personal, Al. Can we make it personal? I am so rich. 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 Thank you. Thank you. The affirmation that comes with the service today, I think David's going to put it up there. It'll be on the monitors. Don't you love those monitors? So let's say it together. I now let the universal abundance flow freely in my life. I don't think you felt it. I said the feeling gets a healing. So let's say it together. I now let the universal abundance flow freely in my life. Hey, that is so right. All right. Thank you, Al. Okay. Now it's time for our conscious giving. Okay. Now it's time for our offering, our conscious giving. I invite you to consider that the same portal from which we give from is indeed the same portal from which we receive. So let's expand, let's expand, let's expand and become bigger and bolder givers. And so we become bigger and bolder receivers. You may go.
Did you want to do the affirmation?
Oh, I guess we can do that. I guess we can do the affirmation. Here's the affirmation. So let's put your gifts and tithe and offerings over your heart. And if you see an envelope on your table or in your chair, please fill it out so we know where the love came from and we can give you proper credit, because at the end of the year we send you a statement that you can use on your taxes. So we want to know who you are as you share your love with us in the form of gifts and tithing. We want to share our love with you. So place your gift and tithing over your heart and repeat with me or say with me the affirmation on the screen. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Yes.
Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. And thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing. Thank you for believing. And thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, and bless you for your sharing, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
And for those of you watching remotely on Facebook, you can push the donate button. We also take Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, and we have a secured mailbox if you want to mail us a check. So thank you so much. So let's bless these offerings. I ask that, standing, all right, to you, extend your hand, please, with energy. I bless these tithes and gifts and offerings, knowing that they are sufficient to cover the needs of CSL Redlands, which is a successful idea in the mind of God. How good it is to speak these words and know the truth right here and right now. And together we affirm it by saying, and so it is. We declare it. So I am going to ask, I always want to let people know who our praying arms of the center is. And you know, Brother Mark, will you stand? Will you come up, Brother Mark? Brother Mark has been working with the Ukraine. Yeah, I'm going to let you talk about it, but I just want to introduce you. So Brother Mark has been working and praying with the Ukraine practitioners and people online for how long?
When did the war start? 7 months ago, right?
7 months. 7 months. So I'm going to ask that in the prayer, he extends that prayer to Ukraine. I'm going to ask, yes, bubble gum?
No.
We want some bubble gum. He wants some bubble gum. Oh, okay, you can do that. And so I'm going to invite Reverend Caitlin to come up. And we have some beautiful ladies. Jean always talks about the beautiful ladies next door, you know, in our shelter, and we want to pray for them. We want to extend the prayer for them. And then I want to invite Reverend Renee. Now, Reverend Renee is with another center online, but she is on our membership roster here. So if you would like to come up and be here with us. And you see she's all decked out in her African gear today, and then I asked Brother Mark to wear his as well. And so I have on those colors as well. So ecclesiastical arm of the center. Give him a hand, please. Yeah. And then Joe Nelson, who did our welcome and our announcements today. He's a practitioner student. So the center supports our students. We asked Joe to come up as well. Joe, And so what we're going to do is we're going to pass the microphone as we speak a word into the service. Testing. So it's on. So I'm going to stand over here with Joe. So Brother Mark has an announcement.
Is it on? David, could you put this one up? Everybody could hear, right? So I'll make it quick and we'll go to the prayer. So for if anybody is moved, watching remotely or here, to join online, Sonja leads the meditations. I do a couple times a month.
Yeah.
We meet Monday through Friday, 10:30 p.m. Pacific time and 12 noon Pacific time. And it's about 10 to 15 minutes. And it's a global chain reaction for peace in Ukraine. It is beautiful, it is powerful, and it is still ongoing. Also, I want to invite, because we are rich and we've already done our offering, anybody who has extra funds that you want to send to Ukraine. Our center is a global giver. We have created a savings account specifically for Ukraine practitioners. There are 2 centers in Ukraine. One just experienced the area of it within a half a mile just had a kamikaze drone attack. So this is just in this last week. So there still is a lot of strife in Ukraine. Also, winter is coming, literal winter, meaning they're needing the funds is the most helpful to prepare. And our accounting team has figured out how to do Western Union and get it right there. So if you'd like to give an extra gift, please hand it to Sonja, to Joe, to Reverend Caitlin, or Reverend Renee, or me, or Al, or Gilman, and we'll get it to the right place at the right time. So thank you all for that. We turn to prayer.
Okay. So we turn to prayer.
It's online, and it's via a Zoom link, so we can get you the link if you want it. Oh,
There it is.
It's on our donate page. Take a picture.
It's on our donate page. So there was a beautiful song that you sang earlier, and I ask you to hum a few bars of that as we go into prayer. And then, Al, if you can add the words.
Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Flow.
And so as we come together in prayer, I know that there's only one thing happening here, right now, here today, and that is Spirit. There is one power and one presence, God the living Spirit Almighty, that is right here present in this place, because you are right here present in this place, flowing through you as you right here and right now. That power is indescribable. It wants an outlet. Let's open up the floodgates and allow it to flood through us, flood through our being. So we can, when we truly say that we are the voice of God in this world, we truly are. As we see that I see the face of God on each and every person, we are seeing the face of God in each and every person. And we embody that love, because that Spirit is only love. So let's open up our hearts and our minds. Be the change you want to see in this world. Be the love that you want to see and experience in this world. This world is rich with abundance. Our God is rich with abundance. So I pass this prayer to Joe.
And in this power, in this presence, unified with this consciousness that is God, I know for me, I know for you, that we all are inlets that become outlets to all there is in God. As we all prepare to separate and go to our respective places of abode, let us take that Spirit. Let us know that Spirit, God, consciousness, this power, this presence within and all around, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. May it guide, may it empower, may it heal, may it bless each and every one of you. How grateful I am. I pass my word to Caitlin. Let it be so.
And so stepping into this idea of being the change that we wish to see in the world, and as ominous a task as that might seem to be at times, calling it forth today, as is requested by Sonja, for those beloved sweet spirits, those women who are living on this premises, steeping in the consciousness that we're establishing on their behalf, and on behalf of all of those who are navigating this thing called life and its circumstances and conditions and considerations and sense of being depleted, and calling forth a consciousness of abundance on behalf of them and on behalf of all of us, remembering that what all of us are seeking when we seem to be derailing from the path that we know is ours is a reminder of the truth of who we are. So we get to see all of those who may not, on the level of appearance, be showing up as the full expression of who they are at this very moment. That we need to know their divinity anyway. We need to be the change, the mirror on their behalf, reminding them that they're seen, that they're heard, that they are entitled to our compassion and our kindness. And in doing so, we are the change. We are establishing that we are all kings and queens worthy of the divine inheritance, the divine inheritance. We are indeed the change, and I know that that change is steeping in consciousness right here and now, that we are feeling it on a visceral level, moving from the soles of our feet, representing the human experience, and as we're held from the place of the Most High. We are anchored in that being, the truth of who each of us is as our divinity, and from that place, we know exactly what to do moment by sacred moment. Change. And I pass.
And how beautiful it is to know the truth that there's only perfect God, perfect man. And I'm going to say perfect God and just say perfect me, right where you are. Perfect God, perfect God, perfect God. And Emma Curtis Hopkins quote is coming to me. It's your good and you ought to have it.
That's right.
And so say with me, it's my good.
My good.
And I ought to have it.
I ought to have it.
Right here.
Right here.
Right now.
Right now.
And I lovingly pass to my sister, Reverend Dr. Renee Hart.
So as we take this God breath, I want you to breathe into this awareness of truth. Right here, right now. Let's breathe. In this moment, what I know, this is a new beginning of truth, of harmony, of love, right here, right now. So in this truth, we step into that overflow of the highest vibration of truth, right here, right now. We claim it to be true because it is truth and is moving through us in this moment. In this second, God is all that there is. And we are one with that universal presence that's breathing through us, as us, in this very moment. So we say yes. And as we leave here today, we walk, we speak of this truth, of the overflow of growth. We speak to that higher self of who we are. So we own that power that is within us in this moment. Hallelujah. We own it. we step into that vibration of truth. And in this truth, we give thanks and knowing all is well with my soul today. One more time. All is well with my soul today.
So will you say yes? Will you say yes to Spirit? Al, can you play a little bit of that?
Yes. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace.
You are an expression of God's unfolding peace.
Show, Spirit, show through me
Show through me, God,
as I open up to be
as I open up that flow.
an expression of your unfolding peace.
Say yes, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I used to think I'd always be alone, separate and misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation, but on the outside things looked good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Oh, why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. There is no separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my